Hello and welcome to Re-enthused. Today we're going to finish off our test of the RetroTink 2X. And I figured what we'll do is, some of the comments that came up last time were that the quality of the leads we were using were possibly not good enough. Having the smoothing filter on and things like that caused problems. So we're just going to basically run a few consoles, use the best quality cables we have, and just directly put them into the RetroTink and just see what we come up with. So I think first of all, because it's S-Video and I haven't tried S-Video on the RetroTink yet, we will try the PC-FX. This looks alright, you know, this looks at least as good as the other upscalers I've got. So, I guess we'll just throw a game in. Just throw a game in and we'll just see what the lag's like. Now, the lag I'm not actually worried about. I'm relatively sure that this thing, nothing else that I've got could touch the lag the low lag levels that this thing produces anyway. It's kind of the reason why, even when we were having video problems, I still wouldn't out and out say don't buy it, because yeah, the difference in the lag meant that I actually did much better in some games than I was doing before. So that is a palpable difference. So yeah, let's just start off a game. So Blue Breaker, which isn't a game we'll get far in because it's a Japanese role-playing game, but it does have some very lovely visuals, so we will get to see them. We're seeing a little bit of... It's slightly washed out, I think. Yeah, there's a bit of spackling on that. But again, I don't think this is any different to how I've seen it on other ones. And again, we're not looking at the RetroTink to improve the visuals. It's probably not going to be that much better or better at all than most other upscalers. It's more that if it's as good as upscalers, the lag difference is just incredibly different, and so that's where its worth is really. Especially as a retro gamer. And I've got to say, the visuals are definitely at least on par with other upscalers I own. So yeah, again, we're not going to be able to test the lag on this game, because even if we get to the start, and we're not going to get to the start, these cutscenes are unskippable and long, then it's not really a game where lag really affects anything. It's a role-playing game. So as you can see, we're on the N64. Well, okay, you can't see we're on the N64, but we're playing Ready to Rumble Boxing on the N64. Personally, I prefer the Dreamcast version, which is a favourite game of mine. But here we are, we're trying this out, and we're doing this because it's got quite vibrant colours, so it should really show off what the RetroTink's doing. Now, you can see some issues already. Now, I think that's probably because I've got the smoothing filter on. I don't really want to turn the smoothing filter off, because it has a tendency of freezing up my capture device if I play with those settings. But so I'm going to base this solely on the actual basic quality, and it's looking good. It really is. This is at least as good as the upscaler that I use, say ignoring the little artifacts, which I generally suspect are caused by the smoothing. I'll splice in some video of my upscaler playing this, solely mainly because I enjoy playing it, so it gives me an excuse to play it again. Yeah, in terms of, well, I mean, lag again, I don't feel any, but then it's hard to feel when you're having lag, but I would say that this is at least better than any of my upscalers I've got, so yeah. Now, I don't think we need to test many other machines. I will say this, one of the things that cropped up in the comments was, I said I tried to play Doom on the RetroTink when I was actually looking at Doom on the 32X, and somebody had basically said that their Mega Drive worked fine on the 32X, on the RetroTink. Now, I did try it again because the thing is, if it is cables, because that's the suggestion, is that I'm just using the cables just aren't good enough. But the cables, they're just normal cables and they work fine in every other device without real issues. So yeah, but anyway, so I tried the Mega Drive again. I tried it without the 32X, and then it's fine. It's all right. It's got some noise, but it's not terrible. The colours are correct at least. But the 32X, no, the 32X definitely always has colour problems. So maybe it's a cable problem. Who knows? But like I say, it doesn't exhibit itself on other upscalers. So yeah, it's. I mean, it's an expensive device already, so you're going to be buying either specialist cables, which will be expensive, especially for retro consoles, or you're going to be modding your console, which is, again, not a cheap thing. But if you're an enthusiast, and it is mostly going to be enthusiasts buying the RetroTink, you probably already have that stuff, or you already modded your consoles or whatever. So, yeah, it's probably not that much of an issue. It's not really going to affect, I think, what I say about the RetroTink, which let's get onto that now. So I'll splice in the video from my upscaler on Red Drum Unboxing in this point. So what do I think about RetroTink? Okay, so do I recommend it? If you are just a normal retro gamer who just likes playing some retro games, then no. The lag is lack of lag almost is great. It really is, but it's an expensive device, and say if you're going to have to end up buying really not really expensive, but certainly expensive cables or module consoles just to get the best video quality out of it as well, then I don't think it's worth it. Unless you're going to do that anyway, of course, then maybe. If you're a real enthusiast and you just want to play the games like as lag-free as possible, then yeah, go for it. It's probably worth it for you. If you're buying it to improve video quality, I don't think it will. I don't think it will improve video quality. The smoothing filter is quite nice, and like we saw it on the PCFX, it does do some really nice stuff. But it's not going to work for every game, like we see in Ready to Rumble Boxing here. It's not going to work for them, so yeah, that's not a good reason to buy it. But say if you're buying it because you want to reduce lag, then yeah, that's the key feature of this device. It's what it's sold on as well, and it does work. It really does. The lag difference is astounding, as we saw when we went through Operation Wolf. So yeah, that's if that's what you want, then it's probably worth buying. If you genuinely believe you're willing to spend £100 to improve the lag on your games, then this is the way to do it. It really is. But if you're just trying to improve how your games look, or just trying to make them work on a modern TV, you may as well just buy a £23 upscaler from eBay. That's what I did, and it works fine. I record all my videos on that. They look okay. Yeah. So there you go. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit like. If you really like the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't like the video, you don't agree with me, or you've got some other comments to make, then leave them below. Yeah, and hit the bell icon, blah, 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 blah. See you next time. One last note, if you try to play out-of-region games on some devices, like this here is Ready to Rumble Boxing NTSC version on a PAL machine, then yeah, you get some very odd colour problems. It's very similar to what I got in Doom, but Doom is definitely a PAL game on a PAL device. So yeah, that's kind of that's something to think about anyway. I guess you get weird issues anyway when you try to play NTSC games on a PAL N64. Most TVs can handle it, but I guess whatever frequency issues the TV is handling, the RetroTink can't quite do it with its processing, which is understandable. But that's just something to remember as well. Okay, probably signing out this time.